Yo, let's go and break down your straight airs to see why you're not feeling comfortable and what we can do to get you to a point you're comfortable so you can start bringing it to larger jumps and just feeling more like a boss on your snowboard. A good straight air is really necessary for just building the vibes and building the energy. So you got a couple clips. Let's watch through them, see what we can notice. Yeah, so we're not going to bother breaking down this first one because we can't see the takeoff, and the takeoff is what we need to go and look at for a straight air. It's all decided off the takeoff, baby. So your problem here is quite simple. You're going and rounding at the spine and taking off with your legs bent, making this a little question mark shape. We'll call this the question mark mistake. Basically, you're going and letting your spine round, and then you're having your legs bent. These are two serious problems because we're going to do two things. We're going to go and lessen the amount of pop you're getting off the jump, and we're also going to go and throw you off balance. So that's why when we go and watch the clip, we'll see that you're going and you're not getting any air up. You're not going up with the jump, you're going through the jump. And then you're needing to use your body to go and rebalance yourself. So this is happening for a couple of reasons. Mainly when you're hunched over like this, it's going to be putting pressure over your toe edge. Here, you did a pretty good job at being flat, but you're fighting for it. Like, even if you don't think you're fighting for it, in this position, in order to keep flat base, you're going to do some serious counterbalance. This would be okay if you were winding up to go and fully pop. The problem is here, you're not extended. So it's quite simple, the fix you need to make here, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Your riding position, we basically need to get it so this position here, where you're nice and tall, over balls your feet, a little bit of toe pressure. You could even go and have that a little bit more straighter, but you're basically trying to take that position and have it so you're using it right here. You should be, let me go back a single frame. You should be in that fully extended position right here as your tail snaps off the lip, because what that's going to do is it's going to go and let you go, push off and get up with the jump. It's going to put you on that arc that will go and put you down into that landing all nice. Instead of right now, you're absorbing the takeoff through your spine and through your legs, and that's why you're going through the jump and why you're not feeling comfortable. You're not going to feel comfortable if you absorb the jump because it's not going to give you that pop and air time, because you're spending the whole time going and traveling across the knuckle, hitting the knuckle, never really getting that floater. So even though you're hitting a bigger jump, you're not getting that air. And that's all because of this bend, this question mark body position. So what you need to do is, instead of as you're going up the jump, curling up, getting bent down into this question mark position, you need to be pushing out, getting your legs extended, straight, tall. This doesn't mean you should actively pop. This just means you can't be going into the jump and letting the jump break you. Because right now you're just going in and you're getting nervous, so you're bending down, losing confidence, breaking at the waist, and absorbing the takeoff. This is just a textbook absorption of the takeoff. What's a very common mistake, but it's one we're going to try to get you to fix and avoid. So we got one more jump here. Let's go and see if what you're doing is similar. I'm assuming it's going to be relatively similar because that seems like you are very comfortable with that kind of position. Yeah, so this one, bigger jump. Ooh. Bigger jump, not quite as noticeable. It's not quite as exaggerated, but we're still seeing the same things. You're coming off the jump in, my line. You're coming off the jump in that question mark position, and that's losing you power. And here we can even see a little bit of open chest. So see how your back arm is sort of like in front here. With this means your hips are opening a little bit, what's also another thing that's going to throw you off in the air. So we don't really need to go and deep dive this one. You did it a little bit better here. That's because you weren't quite as bent down, but we can really see it here. Watch, right there. See how you dip down right as you go off the lip? That means you're going and border crossing the jump means absorbing the takeoff. You're going from a more extended position and then crouching up, boom, right there. I can't slow-mo it, but just one more time. See how your legs just crumple up. Okay, one more time. Ooh. That's basically your whole issue here. Too much bending the legs, and then you're going and increasing that bend as you ride off the lip. So I'm just going to go make myself big for a second and just demonstrate more what you should be doing. Right now you're coming in, you're tall, you're in a stacked position, but as you go up the jump, you're going more and more, and as you go to the off the jump, you're then going and absorbing it. What this does is it goes and makes it so you're going and pulling up with the lip, not getting that push off it. You don't need to actively bend down and jump off to get air, but you do need to make sure that you're not going and bending down when leaving off the lip, because that's going to absorb it. So if you bend down, you need to then push up. Or you can do the other technique called the coast, which is a good way to get comfortable with jumps. And that's just having that strong position over the balls of your feet and then not moving it. This position, holding this exactly here, stationary, strong, would give you way more air time than what you're doing right now. Because with this, when I go off the jump, I'm going to go hit the up, hit the kick, and stay strong. It's going to send me up with it. And then if I want to get more power fat, then I add a little more bench to my legs, and as I'm going off the jump, I then extend. Extending, leaving off my back foot, not so much that you're like getting a tail press, but just enough that your weight shifted so you can get pressure on your tail the whole time. And that little bit of motion, that little bit of pop, literally just from here to here is all you need to get maximum air time. So if you're trying to get more air on the jump, you need to go less bend in the body. You don't want to be arcing your spine. You can have a little bit of bend in your back, but that's only from counteracting your bum. You never want to round it. We're never trying to make that question mark, right? So there's a big difference between this and this. This, I'm counterbalancing by sticking my butt out, putting my chest forward, but I'm still stacked and strong. So when I come into a jump, it looks like this instead of like this. So why we're doing that is because that lets us keep our weight set, where as soon as you hunch over, it sets your weight forward, and then you need to spend time fighting that because it's going to make you want to dig in your toe edge. So to go, stay strong, straight-legged, little bit of bend, hold this position for a coast off. Then when you want to get pop, you go down just a little bit more and then extend, timing it so your tail leaves off the end. You're just going and squatting down, so go straighten it up, focus on staying strong and stacked, and that's going to make these straight airs and jumps feel way more comfortable. Let me know once you've applied these tips or if you need any more help, and feel free to submit another video.